Good morning, everyone. It's 10:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on March the 22nd, 2025. You know, dates just don't mean what they used to, do they, in this time of incredible shifting and timeline shifts and spatial anomalies and everything else going on. Hey, Deanine. Tanya, greetings. How's everybody doing this morning? Pamela, hey there. Good to see everyone. This morning is a sort of lazy one for me. Hey, Joa, greetings. Last night was the first night I've gotten to sleep all the way through. I usually sleep just fine, but I've had the little raccoon who's having problems that has been keeping us all awake by lots of racket on my decks and porches. But last night we all had some peace and quiet and slept all the way through. So today is going to be a day of rest for me again, just trying to catch up on, my goodness, I guess almost a week of crazy stuff every night. Thank you, Joa. Thank you. Hey, Isabel and Caitlin, good morning to you. Hey, Betty. Betty Space Weather. Wow, that's a serious title there. You must be into it big time. Elsa, greetings. Hey, Mary. Uh-oh, I'm not going to tackle your first name. But hello, I see Silvio appears to be your last name. Defensor del Pueblo, hey! Long time no see, man. How are you doing? Wow. I hope all is well. Good morning, Mary, Adina, Melvin, you too. I hope that doesn't mean you've had a distressed raccoon keeping you awake. Maybe what you mean is you haven't had a lot of sleep for a week. Connor, greetings. Roberto, hey there. Angel, Amatista, Myrna. Wow, lots of folks here. Brittany. Guess you see what's on the screen. Brittany's responding. Hey, Cindy, I'm glad you're back. Yeah. Okay. Chipper has arrived in the distance here. Chipper, you coming up, or you going to stay down there for a while? Boy? He's just going to relax on the rug for a minute. It's the tribe. Are you going to come join us? He's definitely saying hi. Okay, let's get back to our chart here. This is the Geospace Magnetosphere Cut Planes models. There are 3 of them. The first one is velocity. You can see the legend up here that blue and green are the most intense, and then yellow, orange, and red is the least intense velocity. And look at the stuff going on. Watch this slider. Whoop! It just reset itself. This covers about 3 hours of time, ending with now over here to the right side. And you can see all the blue kicking from behind. Look at that one. Did you see that? Wow. Let me do that one up close again. This one really has been standing out to me as I've been watching it. I'm going to zoom over. I think, boom, right there. Let's watch it again. Watch that piece that just like punches through. Boom. Did you see that? The red, it's like it just goes boom right through. Looks like a fist. Bam, right there. Very, very interesting. This is density, and there's the legend for density. White is the least, and dark blue is the most. So it's beginning at the beginning here, coming across. And you can see that's little old Earth, half white, half black, day side, night side. We're coming across. Look at all that stirring about in there. And we're coming up on about now. Whoosh. Okay. You can see the shields sort of, but they're kind of blown back here. And we're receiving a lot of density, evidently. Pressure is the most impressive looking one. No pun meant there. Red is the most intense. And then orange and yellow, light blue, white, I should say. Then light blue and dark blue. Dark blue basically is the background. So there goes the slider at about halfway across. Look at all that pressure around us. Oh, it reset itself again. My goodness. Coming across. I'll tell you when we're at now. I'll let you know. I hear my bulldozer guys out there. I didn't think he was coming today. Okay, this is coming up on now right here. And look at all the red pressure around us. Yep. Okay, and reset. This may be part of what we're experiencing today. But overall, it seems to be a pretty moderate or milder day with the energies so far. Yes, we see a whole lot of activity here. Back it off so you can see both sides. And watch the slider, which will let you know where we are on the 3-hour timeline. About halfway across, and it has stayed red. Oh, they just reset themselves. I'm going to put it back to about halfway across. And you can see it has stayed flaming red this whole time, and this is now. And we are loaded with pressure just all around the Earth right now. Okay, and then density, once again, we'll look at both sides. You can see the slider coming across. This is about halfway now. Look at it. Look at all the swirling and activity. Now we're coming up on now, right here. And let's take one last look at velocity. And the sliders at about half across, and blue and green are the most intense. Oh, it just reset itself. So blue and green are the most intense, and red is sort of the background. We don't have much true red except for here and there, but we have a lot of activity. Look at that. Let's watch the punch again, shall we? It's coming up. Boom. There's one. I think there's another one. There. Boom. It looks just like someone is punching with cartoon type energy. Blast. Okay, let's watch it again. Watching. There. Boom. And then there'll be another one. Blast. And one more there that looks like it's happening right now. So, translation and application. What does this mean to you personally? This means that we have a lot of energetic activity at our doorstep, because the shields of the Earth, which is this right here, the shields or the bow shock or the bow shock, that's what catches the energy coming in from the sun's direction, which is over here to the left, way out. And this stuff is coming in. Each of these expressions, velocity, density, and pressure, are telling us a little different I love that punch. A little different expression of these charts. And this is not somewhere out there. This is right here in our magnetosphere. And the magnetosphere looks sort of like a teardrop. On its side, the bigger end is up here where the shields are, and it goes back from here out past where you can't see. This is like our extended atmosphere. So it's all right out around us. And it's a lot of activity, a lot of energy. I want to see the punches again. It's so funny. Whack. 1, 2. And the last one was just in process. So, once again, that's velocity. Lots of velocity and activity all around us. And pressure. Under pressure. And you can see the slider coming across. You can see the shields defined very clearly. You might be feeling some things, especially if you're not wearing some sort of EMF, scalar, protection, jewelry or devices or technology to help you flow better with this. I'm wearing mine. Always wear my bracelets. I wear more than one at a time, as well as my pendant around my neck. And these are all available on our store, and you can go check it out. I'll try to remember to put the link in the comments here. All of these things will help you flow better, as well as, hold on, let me see if I can tug this over here. This is one of the grounding bracelets, and I keep it right next to me. I have multiple ones in the house. And when the energies are really intense, you just put this on your wrist or your ankle or whatever you prefer, and you see the metal plate is very conductive. So this is plugged in to the outlet, the electrical outlet in your house. The little piece that's on the end that you can't see that gets plugged in is like a single rounded prong, and it goes into the third hole. You have 2 vertical slits where your plugs slide in, and then there's that little round hole. That is the grounding hole, and it goes straight out to a grounding device, a spike into your earth. Oh, Chipper is playing wildly. Into the earth, and that is ground zero, so to speak. It is zero energy. And when you put this on your wrist or your ankle, it grounds you out. It gets rid of the excessive energy that can make you feel very overloaded and unbalanced and floaty and maybe headachy and achy all over, etc. These are very well known to help with arthritis pain and all kinds of autoimmune symptoms and issues, because a lot of our problems nowadays are connected to all of this rogue energy floating around everywhere. We aren't meant for this. It's not good for us. When you think about every cell, every atom of your body is electrical, and all the electricity flying around and frequencies and craziness, you want to ground yourself, especially when the energies are high. If you live close to like a cell phone tower or a radio station or any of that, you definitely want to do what you can to help yourself flow better. And even when you're sitting in front of your television, you're receiving EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, and using your cell phone and your iPad like I'm using, and my iPhone right now. So this little sideline right there, this kind of energy you might feel in one of our well-known Schumann symptoms or ascension symptoms. Let's go in here and take a look at the chart. I have multiple things up here. It's hard to find stuff on my iPad because it doesn't carry everything. Okay. Right up there in the featured post, you can find this. Now, this is all about the application of the energies we just looked at, if you're wondering where I'm going with all this. These are the possible symptoms that you might be dealing with, or your family or your friends. And if you're sensitive, even more so, if you're empathic, you might be picking up on these things too. So, here we go. You ready? List of Schumann symptoms and helps or things you can do to feel better. Symptoms. Number 1, disrupted sleep patterns. Aha! And almost every day someone says, gee, could these energies be why I couldn't sleep last night? Look at the charts, beloved. You'll find so many answers. Oh, guess who has joined us? There's a lot on here you can use, and all of it is here, not just for your information, but to help you. And to help you not be afraid of some of the stuff you're experiencing, you know? It can freak you out if you feel this stuff. You probably feel like you need to be at the doctor all the time until you start putting two together and realize what you can recognize as being not something like that. But I got to put in a disclaimer because we've got 6.5 million people visiting our page every month. Here's the disclaimer. If you have symptoms, you're not feeling well, please do go to your qualified physician and get checked if you're concerned. Okay? But you can come on here and you can read in the comments and realize you are not alone. That's one of the best things about our tribe, is we know we're not alone, and we see it, we're all experiencing the same sort of stuff when the energies are really high. Okay. Pardon me. Disrupted sleep patterns. Tiredness and increased need for sleep. Elation/mild euphoria. Cloudy thinking or brain fog. Headaches. That's a very common one I see many people talking about. Lack of hunger or increased hunger. Unsettledness or anxiety. Now, why would we feel that with the energies? Any kind of change, we tend to feel a little anxious or unsettled. Even good change, to be quite honest and truthful. So, to learn to not be afraid when things are going on and change is happening is one of the best things you can do. Or rush up here to the featured posts on my page and go to the video where I talk about, no, that's not it. Shoot, I can't find it on here. Right here on my iPhone, what you would see is the heart-brain coherence meditation. Go do that when you're feeling stressed out. It's one of the best things you can do for yourself. It takes all of 3 minutes, and it can completely reset your system, make you feel totally better. It connects your heart to your brain, and you can be in touch with the quantum field of possibilities. All of a sudden, your brain knows what to do to help you not have that headache, or to not feel dizzy or anxious, or to make your heart rhythm go back into sync. It's an amazing meditation. And disclaimer, it doesn't work the same for everybody, but it's a huge blessing. Okay. Where were we? Unsettledness or anxiety. Don't worry if you feel this. Just let it flow out of you. Dizziness and clumsiness. Well, that's kind of me normal. I'm a dizzy dame in a way, but not really. I jokingly play about that. But I haven't felt it in a while, but I used to feel what I called the giant marshmallow. It came against the side of my head, pushed into my brain. It made me feel like I was going to fall sideways, because of the big cushy marshmallow feeling in my head. It's very disoriented and strange. But it's harmless. In my case, it was. And disclaimer, probably for you, but maybe not. Okay, and I'm playing around here. All right, unexplained flashes of light. I get that. Unusual dreams. Oh yeah, we've been having lots of that. Graphic, intense, full color, like watching a movie in my case. Not illogical, but absolutely like watching a movie. Okay. Enhanced daydreams, numbness and tingling, hot and cold flashes, unusual insights and epiphanies. That's a fun one. Strong desire to be alone or to be with like-minded close friends. Yes. A desire to be around water, as in swimming pools, lakes, and streams. Ringing in ears. That has been a perpetual thing for me since I was 12. But it does get louder and quieter and change frequencies. And recently, I've been hearing something like clinking, like a metallic clinking, or something like that in my left ear. Not today and not much yesterday, but a couple of days it was a lot. Very, very odd. And random aches and pains. And that's where you want to use your grounding device, or take your shoes off and go out and take a walk on the grass for about a minute, or just stand on the grass. Or if it's really cold, put the palms of your hands on a tree trunk. And all that excess energy, electricity that's coming from what we call EMF things will flow out of you, and it can cause really good benefits. So, just for, a quick reference, here are a few things that are suggested to help one deal with these symptoms. Helps for feeling better and flowing better in ascension. Okay. Number 1, rest as much as possible. The raccoon, bless its heart, has not been helping us rest. Chipper was so tired after being up so much at night, which is kind of funny because often they like to get up at night, the cats, but he was so tired he didn't even get out of the bed yesterday with me. In the morning when I got up, he just stayed in the bed. He's never done that. He came down and joined us later, but he was tired. Okay, rest as much as possible. Get out into nature. Stay hydrated. Big deal, very big deal. Eat good, healthy, natural foods. Take Epsom salt baths. I love that one. Use salt lamps. Walk barefoot on the grass and use other grounding or earthing technologies as you can. A lot of you all have been going to the shop and picking up the grounding earthing bracelet or wristband. It's only $9.50. Y'all are kind of working me, though, kind of hard, because I have to go through the whole shipping procedure, even for $9.50. It's okay. I want you to have it. But it would be nice if you could pick up a couple of other things so I won't be working so hard for under $10. But it's okay, really. I am so glad people are getting these because they will make you feel so much better. So much better. Okay. I was trying to read. What are some of you saying here? Maybe I should check. Rebecca says, I heard ticking in my ears too. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting things going on with us. Diana says, thank you, Marguerite. Happy weekend. Prayers and love to you kitties and all. Well, thank you. We receive it. Thank you. And back at you. Hey, Sheila. She says, good morning. Glad I caught this. Shay Bug, I have been throwing up everything for 2 weeks. I can't not eat. It's all right, but I'm shaky. Hope you lovelies are fantastic. Well, Shay Bug, that doesn't sound good. Hold on just a moment. I'm going to do a little muscle testing real quick. See if I can come up with... Hold on a moment. Gotta get my hands free. Lord, is there something going on with this? Is it electrolytes? No. Is it something having to do with her ears? No. Is it the energies? Yes. Would grounding help her? Yes. Is there something else she can do? Epsom salt baths, Shay. And grounding, whether you use a grounding wristband or go outside, put your palms on the trunk of a tree, or use some other grounding technology, do it if you're not already doing it. Let me see if there's anything else. Do the heart-brain coherence meditation, Shay Bug. It appears to be the energies, but I am no doctor. So I have to take that little, whatever you call that, disclaimer. But just from muscle testing, that's what I'm getting. It is the energies. But grounding yourself and Epsom salt baths. And Epsom salt baths are very grounding too. Hopefully that will help you. Oh! Who's that? Terry, is that you sending 500 stars? I'm not showing my face today because I am having a total lazy day here and I look absolutely scary. And Kitties and I slept hard last night. Thank you so much, Terry. She sent me 500 stars. Love you, girl. You have been, I guess, the biggest blessing to me financially out of everyone. And I love you for it, and I really appreciate it. It means more than I can say. Really, you all made me cry more than once just looking at what you do for me and your expressions of love. It means so much. Chris, I can't read what you're saying there. Can't translate while we're live. Andrea says, I had all the symptoms at the beginning. I thought I will die or seek, especially when I start to see flashes of light. Wow, but you're doing better, it seems. I'm glad to hear that. And everybody, use what you can to help yourself flow. Luna Blanco, this week has been very strange. I've been foggy, especially the last 3 days. Good morning, Bryn. Okay. Charles says, yep, I've been hibernating, literally. Bless your heart. Larissa said, I've been wearing my shungite nonstop. It helps. Good. Good, great. I'm working on getting more elite shungite from Russia, but they're out right now. And you say, how can that be? Well, not only is it a limited mineral, 1% of all shungite is elite, but it's so cold over there. And the mines are frozen up, and I guess nobody's trying to mine it in all the snow and everything. So hopefully I'll be able to get some more for you all soon, but at this point, we're kind of on hold. Patty says, I'm visiting family in Ohio. Energy is different here than at home in South Carolina. cold and windy. I find it harder to ground outside. Wearing my scalar pendant and bracelet and my shungite tree of life. Big headache. Lots of pressure. Oh my goodness. That's not good. Big headache. Okay, you mind if I check you very quickly? Hang on a moment, y'all. Let's do some of the muscle testing I was teaching you the other day. Is it electrolytes? No. No. Okay, Patty, I'm getting that you're dehydrated, for one thing. So really pick up on drinking and drinking good, pure, clean water. You may be dealing with some environmental things, maybe fragrances or something environmental in a new area. So just hang in there, but definitely stay super hydrated. I hope you get to feeling better right away. Chris, Brazilian, how cool, you're from Brazil. She says, you will save a life. Thank you. I'm not sure what you mean, but I think you mean you're getting some help here, and I'm so glad to hear that. Much love to you, Chris, in Brazil. I love hearing from you all. I love our global community. It's amazing to me. Really amazing. Tanya says, taking lots of minerals and electrolytes, feeling good today. Your grounding merchandise is helping me and my little pup. Aw, I'm so glad to hear that, Tanya. My kitties like to sit with me when I'm grounded and when I'm wearing the bracelet or whatever. And I actually have a pendant under one of their beds so that they get the benefits from it. Our pets, they don't go outside, onto the ground much at all because it's a little wild where I live. Last night, I put out a live cage just for the fun of this to try. I was trying to catch that little raccoon that's hurt so that I can get it help with a rehabber. It didn't come last night. We got sleep, but before I went to bed, I put a live cage out there with some food in it. I caught, you ready for this? 2 possums and 4 raccoons. And not the raccoon I was trying to catch. And so I just went out, and they know me, apparently. They weren't even upset when I came out and I opened the cage, and they left, some faster than others, but calm. No hissing, no fussing, no threatening behavior. They just left the cage and went about their business. That was within 2 hours. I had 2 possums and 4 raccoons get into the live trap. And I just let them out immediately. I was sitting here right next to the door, doing some work on my iPad. And I have a lot of activity out here. I have deer, wolves, fox, raccoons, possums, skunks. Oh my goodness, the list goes on. Bobcats and coyotes. Those are a lot of what we have, and I don't want to let my babies out into that. They were not brought up out there, and they wouldn't know how to behave, so they need grounding too. And getting a grounding mat might be a good thing, or grounding sheets. And I still have sheets available in the shop, but I have not got any more mats. They cost quite a bit more for me, and it's hard for me to get a lot of stock in some of these things that don't sell very often. So, okay, back to here. Well, that was a nice side trip. Okay. Rest as much as possible, get out into nature, stay hydrated, eat good, healthy, natural foods, take Epsom salt baths, use salt lamps, walk barefoot on the grass, and use other grounding or earthing technologies as you can. Take deep, calming breaths. Let's do that right now. Y'all ready? This centers you. Let's take another one. You can feel yourself just kind of coming to center. And let your body know everything is okay, because you don't take slow, deep breaths when you're in trouble. You breathe fast and shallow. So this lets your body know it's okay to relax. Then pray/meditate. Listen to soothing music and healing frequencies. Forgive everybody. That is the gateway into the kingdom of heaven, into 5D. That is like the doorway into all the good stuff that goes above and beyond the glass ceiling. Forgive everyone. And love. Just focus on love with everything you have. Think wholesome, encouraging thoughts and spend time with others of like-mindedness. Use earthing equipment. Smile often. This is something that's always at the top of the page in the featured post. And you can use this to see if what you're going through meets some of these very basic symptoms. Wow, airplane going right over my house. Now I live out in the boonies. Anyway, these will help you realize that what you're going through might be energetic. Read the comments and share what you're experiencing so that you'll know you're not alone. And then take the things that you can do to make sure you're doing what you can to help yourself. And all of this helps us a lot as we, and there, what is this about? It's showing what we were looking at earlier. How interesting. And we're having lots of solar storms. KP6 is up there. A lot of people were seeing aurora, and the Schumann in Cumiana was blasting. Incredible. I mean, we've had a very, very active time here, to say the least. So be good to your wee little selves. I want to talk to you about this real quick. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb, but I'm used to doing that. I guess you all would call it authenticity. I'm only on here because I know I'm supposed to be on here. Because I love you all. And because I have been given a mission, which is to come on Facebook and YouTube and love on you all and show you what's going on, to help you deal with these energies that are coming in. They're part of this massive thing that is happening to our whole earth and even the space around us. Okay, this was amazing. And I wrote Black Spike, or Entirely New Gift from Divine Source. Now, I think most of you who watch us a lot, who come and hang out a lot, have figured out something about me, that I am I'm not a light thing as far as spirit and mystic stuff. Mystic, not meaning magic. Mystic meaning I was born to learn and search out mysteries. Mystic comes from mysterium, which is the Latin, and then there's a Greek version of it that means mysteries. Anything that's not open and plain and visible and known by just information can fit into the category of mysteries. You have to experience yourself, or you cannot know some things. And it's not enough for me to just know there is God or source or whatever. I am burning up inside with a desire to know, to experience, to see the face of God, so to speak. And I have. And it is a costly thing. But I cannot describe how beautiful and how in those moments when I was face to face with this beautiful, amazing creator force, spirit, God, love, how suddenly I knew why I was born and what I was born for. I am one of those type people. So I'm not your usual type. And I'm 64 now. And I have been seeking hard into these things since I was 13 years old, where I had my spiritual awakening. And when I say seeking hard, I don't just read stuff. I've read hundreds of books, yes. I've read really ancient books. I read books that are from 1100 AD and the 1500s. And I feel that something that's still in print, that's that old, is worth reading. And it's filled with truths. And these people I read after are called the mystics. They are the heart in the body of humanity. We all have our part, you know. So, the kind of desire and love and need to know love that drives me, in my earlier days, drove me to stay in prayer and meditation, usually about 5 hours a day. And I learned so much. And I have been to heaven. And I have seen the Lord Jesus, Yeshua, face to face. I have not seen God face to face. God is a spirit. God, you can't really say he or she. God is much bigger than that. I have been in a place that I would call the throne room, where I heard music that is impossible to describe. Notes we don't have here on earth, voices and instruments of such beauty, it's absolutely indescribable. I have seen light and colors that don't exist here. Or if they do, we're unable to perceive them. And love, oh, the love I've experienced, I cannot describe it either. But I will tell you this, we are loved beyond anything we could begin to even possibly imagine. And through all of that, and why I said all of that, is I do hear from the spirit realm, the Holy Spirit. I have trained myself to be able to hear. I'm certainly not perfect at it, but I've gotten pretty accurate. And I do experience miracles and things. I have punched through that glass ceiling and have been led by a beautiful grace into 5D a lot. And I have seen tumors the size of a fist disappear off of someone's spine in a matter of about 5 minutes, while I led a team laying hands on this woman in New Jersey. And I mean, it totally disappeared. Flat, like pure brand new skin in its place. I've seen a lot of things that are real, that are not imaginary. They are rock solid real, and they're impossible to explain by nature, and therefore they're true miracles. And I haven't talked about this in a while, but I was used by our beautiful creator source to actually raise someone from the dead. And I've shared this more in detail, and I don't want to go into it today. He was my ex-husband, and he had been in a horrible car accident, and they hadn't seen any sign of life the entire time they were cutting him out of the automobile, where he'd been in a wreck. They don't even know how long he'd been there. It was out in the country, and no sign of life, no breathing, no nothing. And all the way to the hospital in the helicopter, there was no sign of life. They couldn't resuscitate him. However, his only injury was his head, severe brain damage, and a few cuts on his left arm. And so they wanted to save all his organs for transplants. Well, in the midst of all that, his parents called me to come to the hospital, and I'm kind of dingy. I've clearly expressed and demonstrated that. And sometimes it really works. It really helps and keeps me from stumbling over too much reality. Well, to do a short version, they had Mark in a room, a very large room. It was very cold. I didn't realize what I was dealing with. I just thought it was the oddest ICU room I'd ever seen. It was big, had equipment lined all along the walls, and his gurney was out in the middle of the floor. He had a 6-inch probe drilled into his forehead with wires attached everywhere and breathing machines and everything else. They were just trying to keep his organs in good shape until they could unplug him, make sure there was no brain activity, no life at all. So, cut it short. I took his hand, and about the third day in, I took his hand and I said, I know you're in there. I'd been doing this every day. I know you're in there. I know your brain is very damaged. I thought he was in a coma. I didn't know he was dead. They had said it to me as mercifully when his parents had called me. They said he'd been in a bad car accident. Doctor wasn't giving much hope. He was in a bad coma. Well, that wasn't true. He was dead. And they didn't tell me the truth, and that's probably a good thing, because I don't know if I would have done what I did if I had known he was actually dead. So my mentor, Brother Littlefield, had taught me how to touch people and let the healing power of God flow from me into them like a energetic force, which it is. And so I took Mark's hand every time I went in, and I let that flow, that power, that healing power, and talked with him about the love of God. And they had come and had his parents sign paperwork that they were planning on unplugging him from all life support because he said there was no hope, no activity, no brain activity. And they wanted his organs for transplants. Well, they told me that. I still didn't get it. I just thought he was in a really bad coma. And I went in the next day with his dad, and I said, I had this aha moment. I said, hey, Mark, listen. I was holding his hand, letting that power flow through me. I said, listen, Mark, they're wanting to unplug you, and I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready yet. I said, I know you're in there, but I know you're in a really bad coma, and your brain may not understand, but your spirit can hear me. And I said, they're wanting to unplug you off of this life support. And I said, so we need to move fast. And, I'm kind of humorous, but I was serious. Looking back, I see how crazy it all was. And I was holding on to his hand, and I said, listen, real quick here. I said, if you can hear me, squeeze my hand. And he squeezed my hand. And John, his father, was directly across from Mark, and his eyes went wide, and he said, no, I don't mean anything. The doctor said he could have a spasm, seizure type activity from that electrical probe in his head, his forehead. That this means nothing. And I just smiled, and I said, Mark, squeeze my hand again. And he did. And John's eyes were just about on his stems, like in the cartoons at this point. And he was almost about to bolt. And I said, "One more time, Mark." And Mark squeezed my hand one more time. John ran out of the room to get Mark's mother, who had not been willing to come in because she had told me she was afraid of dead people. And I just thought, Dean's always been weird. I didn't think anything about it. All that was just blanked out in my mind. It's that Deanie thing in me that only sees what is the main point to me at the moment. To cut it short, Mark walked out of the hospital a few days later. And everybody that worked there that could came to see the miracle man who was dead for days and now was alive and was not a vegetable and seemed to be in great shape. He was just deaf in his left ear, blind in his left eye, has a glass eye. You would never know it. And he's fine. He is a walking bona fide miracle. He was dead. Not just like when you have a heart attack and they bring you back. He was dead catastrophically for days. I have seen some things, beloved. I have seen some things. I'm not talking just to talk. This is real. This is who we really can be. You know it? Believe me when I say forgiveness is the gateway into 5D and into the kingdom of heaven. Forgive everybody. You release yourself from judgment at that point, as well as everyone else. You exit the wheel of life, this over and over and over thing where we never get out of the matrix. Okay, wow. Who is sending me something? Who is that? I get to the bottom here so I can even see. Oh, Jane Markey, thank you. She sent me 500 stars. I really appreciate it. Sending lots of love out to you right now, Jane. So what does that all have to do with what I've got the image on the screen about? When this black spike happened, I was awake at night and I posted about the blackout on the Russian Schumann resonance. And then the next morning when I woke up and I saw this, I was like, there's something different here. But this is even more difficult. Or I should say different. This right here was a signature different than what I ever remember seeing before. It's not a true black spike. It's not a light thing. And when I saw it, I felt that thing inside me rise up and say, look, and I will talk to you about this. And what I felt, I heard from God. Let's just get past all the semantics, okay? Let's quit worrying about titles and names and religion. Let's deal with truth. And y'all be patient with me because it's hard for me to continually translate into the modern terms what I'm trying to say. A new strand of DNA, I put, question mark. An amazing gift from our divine source to those who are seeking truth, light, and love. I think that's exactly what I heard. We have been waiting for things to shift. This was a massive shift. That is what I heard. That our Creator source, our beautiful prime creator, I don't know what all to call this one. And all the divine angelic beings that work with this one, all the angelic beings, they have decided it's time for Earth to get set free from this prison planet place, to get free from this cycle that some call the Matrix. And one of the things that was taken from us to where we forgot who we were was very possibly multiple strands of DNA, the parts that make us different than any other created being in the universe, that we carry the very likeness and image of our Creator. And in this place, we have this creative force in us. What we say, what we imagine, what we believe manifests. And we forgot who we were. And we thought we were separated from God's source, from love. That we were in trouble. We had messed up and we were in a bad place with our Creator source. But Yeshua came and showed us what we really are like. He showed us miracles and how to punch through the matrix and at the end be raised from the dead by his own self. This is who we are meant to be, beloved. We had a being sent to show us our potential and who we really are. Okay? I'm not talking religion. I'm talking spiritual truth. He gave us the way out of the matrix, the way out of this wheel of life, coming here over and over and over and going through it blind and not knowing what's happening in our lives and dealing with sickness and disease and the third density garbage. And it looks like a divine intervention has sent the new strand of DNA to help restore us. And this is for those who are seeking love, who are seeking after life and love and truth. This is what I heard. And this is huge. The possibilities are almost unfathomable. This that was taken from us so long ago, whatever you want to call it, by the reptilians, by the devil, by the snake, whatever. It's told many ways in many different cultures and philosophies. It's the same story. We are being restored. Do we have any idea what this means? My heart is so full with this, so full of this truth. And then this morning, I heard this. I know very little about the Kali Yuga. I know it's a cycle, and it's very, very long and very, very old. And I was watching someone talk about how the Kali Yuga goes through all these different levels, and it's connected to space and planets and moving through different energy areas and dark areas and light areas, and that we, mankind, or humankind, have been in a very dark place where things were obscured from us. We were not able to see much, sort of like being in the Bronze Age, spiritually and mentally speaking. We went backward where we were higher at another time in the past, according to this Kali Yuga cycle. That we are getting ready to come back into the golden age, according to the Kali Yuga cycle. And I heard this morning, this isn't just moving into the new, beautiful, wonderful age of the Kali Yuga, where there is light and understanding, where we are ascended and remember so much more. This is the end of the Kali Yuga cycle. That we are leaving that cycle and coming into the time of amazing light. Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. That's one of the ancient scriptures. Great light comes, and we are enlightened and filled with it. that this is coming upon the whole earth. And I heard that the cycle of the Kali Yuga is ending. And we are coming out of all these endless cycles and struggles into truly the light and into 5D, into the era of light and love and understanding. The age of Aquarius is one of the things that is used in this case. We're coming out of these limitations. That is what I've heard. That is what I hear in my spirit and my soul. That's what this post was about. And I wondered who was hearing what I was saying. But I wasn't ready to talk about it yesterday. But obviously, I'm ready to talk about it today, and I just have. So, much love to you all. Much love to all of us. Let love consume us, surround us, and fill us. And love, I don't mean just an emotion. I mean unconditional love where there is no judgment. Not even at ourselves. We don't judge each other. We see the truth, which is we are all one and we're all connected. We are one. If I hurt you, I have hurt me. We are all one with our Creator Source, with the divine, with love. And we're coming into that place right now. And those of us who are pressing forward into this with all our hearts are bringing so many with us. Therefore, I often say to you all, we're not going through all this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D. No, I don't think it's just 4D. I think it's 5D. The kingdom of heaven. New earth. The millennium. Paradise of sorts. Whatever you want to call it. Many people say, well, what is 5D? 5D is a place where men and women understand oneness with God Source, with Prime Creator, and with one another. And we realize we're all one and integrally connected. And in that place, we also understand there's abundance. There's no need to have lack or poverty or desire covetousness to want what everyone else has. So stealing will end. Sickness will end because we will no longer be fragmented and separated away from wholeness, from source. Abundance. Unlimited health. Love. Peace. Joy. Strength. We will come out of the system where we won't be working to survive. Instead, we will do what we love, and there will be more than enough for everyone. A place without all this darkness and perversion and twistedness that has actually darkened the colors and light of our world. I have seen what light looks like in the prototype heaven, which is what this place was made after. The light is incredible and it's everywhere. The colors are beyond anything you imagine. The air is so filled with peace and love and joy. You take a breath and it's just amazing just to breathe. The limitations are gone. This is where we're going. So, we're not going through all this for nothing, beloved. We're going someplace really, really good. 5D, the kingdom of heaven, the millennium, new earth. So many names, and I've been getting chills continually through the whole time we've been together here, and I've been talking about this stuff. Confirms to me we're hitting it right on right now. And those of you who have ears to hear and hearts to hear, you're hearing what is coming from Source through me and through so many other ways. God is speaking. Life is speaking. Truth is speaking, and love is speaking. And so many lives are being undone and unwound, and the enemies, our overlords, are losing their grip on us. Just like Neo in the Matrix, we're about to stand in that telephone booth, lift our hand, and just go straight out of all these limitations. Yeah, some of us bust through it on a regular basis, but to get there as a whole, as the entire body of humanity, all the animals who have suffered and nature that has suffered, to be truly free and truly alive, that is where we're going. We're on the precipice. We are on the threshold. We're standing on a cliff looking over into the new earth. This is where we are. And oh, the chills are just running through me. Wow. Let me talk to your hearts. Be encouraged. Have hope in life and feel the freedom that we are standing on the very edge of. And realize that angelic forces, divine intervention is happening now. So, hold on a moment. I was wondering if I should do the heart-brain coherence, but no, I don't feel I'm supposed to. Not right now. So listen with your hearts, like my old mentor, Brother Littlefield, used to say. He was walking love on this earth. Amazing, amazing gift. He used to say, Margarita, there's a little door in your heart. Open it. And he would use his hand like a lever and say, open that little door in your heart and listen from your heart. And I say that to you all, listen from your heart right now and hear the comfort and the love and the message in it. We're not going through all this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D, new earth, the kingdom of heaven. All of this, that's where we're going. So don't be discouraged. Don't let the symptoms of the incredible changes taking place in your bodies and your souls and your hearts, every layer of your energy body, all of this is being upgraded. And we are experiencing some growing pains, but it's okay. And love is the answer to all of it. We don't have to know everything. We don't have to understand everything. We just choose love. And as we align ourselves with that high frequency of unconditional love, we will be drawn into the new earth, into 5D. We will draw to ourselves and be drawn by the frequencies that we are drawing towards and longing and imagining and visualizing and letting ourselves feel, because that is our creative way. So be encouraged, beloved. This thing is happening. Don't listen to the lies. Don't listen to the fear. If it makes you feel bad and fearful, don't watch it. Don't listen to it. Choose another frequency. And don't let anybody steal your joy and your happiness and your freedom from you. This is our choice. These are the days of decisions. Many, many are in the valley of decision. And many, many of us are getting ready to go straight through the glass ceiling. Many of us are already doing it. This is who we truly are, and everything else has been a lie. Okay. I think I have said enough. And I love you much. You see a little DNA symbol here? We are being restored. Take a deep breath and let it download and walk in that love, that unconditional love frequency, and refuse to judge anybody, because who wants to get sucked back into that mess? We don't want to be a part of this matrix anymore. It's a lie. Okay. And the truth is so much greater. I love you all dearly. And thank you for joining me. And let's hold that high frequency of love, Schumanites, because we are changing our world. Mwah! Big kisses from here. Talk to you soon.